I have stayed up like around 1 getting to 2 just to like meet a deadline. And at that point in time I was tired, but I still had to move because I knew the consequences. So why am I not doing that with God? I nearly quit YouTube because you're already scared and you're already anxious over something that you've never had an experience with. I don't think Jesus will mafia us when we get to heaven and say, psych, I never died for you. And from the corner of my eye, I could tell that this lady was looking at me with the emotions they have towards their wife and their husband. But that's not the emotion I have towards my husband or my wife. You being in Ghana, you should be anxious. You being in America, you should be anxious. Like, you be anywhere, you should be anxious. Because these are systems run by human beings. Microphone, don't misbehave. Anyways, I really hope that this microphone is really picking up the sound like I really wanted to. Please don't fall like I wanted to. What's happening? Why are you falling? I don't have time. Okay, I'm trying to. Anyways, it looks like I would have to be holding the microphone because sis is refusing to balance. Anyways, I recorded this video, played it back, and the audio was just bad. Okay, and I was like, nah, I can't put this out there. I just need to pretend like I never filmed it, so I will not be painful. So I'll have a positive, or I would have some positive energy whilst filming this video, because why? Anyways, hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Arab Elevates. If this is your first time here on this channel, I do share any and everything that has helped me move a step further in life. Thank you all for being here once again. And to be honest, today, do I look exhausted? Because I'm already exhausted, and sometimes I'm just done with life. I'm like, God, can we skip to go back? Okay, but then I'm just thinking like, but I definitely want to know who I get married to, and I definitely want to have kids, but like guys, I'm in search. Okay, I'm in search, or I'm going in search for the Garden of Eden, just in case you're just done with this life and you just want to go back into the garden. Please help me. Let's go in search of Eden. I don't know if I'm gonna find it, but we can start by begging God, because what is this? Okay, I don't want to be responsible for my life. I don't want to wake up and think about, okay, I need to work, I need to do this and do this. I just want to eat, play with the lions, and sleep. Is that too hard to ask for? But anyways, unfortunately, we're here, okay, and there's the life that we have to live, okay. So God calls us, and I don't know if you're working, or how are you able to just balance life? Because I feel like this season of my life, I don't know, I think this season of my life is here to teach me how to be intentional, okay? Because sometimes it just feels like work is just taking over. Like, you wake up, work, you go to bed, work, weekends, people are calling you. I'm like, excuse me, just in case you didn't know, it's Saturday and it's Sunday, so why are you calling me for work? And sometimes you just, I don't know, just wake up and it's work, and it's like, it becomes hard for you to balance work with other things and just make sure that other aspects of your life are not dying or are not suffering because you have to work, or you are in a kind of like a fast-paced environment, okay, for work. And I think this season I'm like struggling with it, but I'm grateful for this season. I hope you cannot hear that. I'm just saying that I'm grateful for this season of my life, because I don't know, I think there's a skill to be developed in this season of my life, and that's the skill of being intentional, okay? Because my relationship with God, oh my goodness, like when I actually I'm in the presence of God and like just praying and worshiping, I'm so happy and I'm so relaxed. But it's like getting into that presence, just making like, I don't know, a conscious effort to see, even though I got home around 10 today, I'm still going to like have like 10 minutes time between God and I will just spend some time with God. Like, guys, are you able to like balance life and every other thing? I think it really hits me, or I really came to that realization when one of my friends was like, hey, I think we should be acquaintances and not friends because blah blah. I was like, dude, I don't know, that thing really hit me hard because, like, okay, giving like a bit of background, not really going into the situation, but then I had promised that, okay, I'm gonna call you, okay, after work I'm gonna call you. See, I totally forgot, and that wasn't the first time. Okay, I had made some promises in the past, and it felt like I was just neglecting the friendship, and the person didn't really matter to me anymore. Weeks passed. I forgot that I ever said I'll call him. I'm sure it was just work. Like, I'm sure I go home late at that time, and honestly speaking, when I get home late, the only thing I'm thinking about is just sleep. And it's crazy, but I don't know, like, looking at the corporate space and how demanding work can be has made me reflect on certain things and has made me ask certain questions in my life that I don't have the answers to, but I'm just hoping that I get the wisdom and the understanding to be able to navigate certain things, because it's not easy. Because this person sends me a long text message when I was at work. I shouldn't have opened it because it just messed up my day, and I was working on something that's I had to deadline, like my in charge needed it. Do you get me? And it's like I opened the message, and it's like at that point in time, like, you're angry with me, like it's a friendship I valued, but I need to meet this deadline. And it's making me think, like, when you get married and you have other responsibilities and you have kids, you have a husband, and everyone like is demanding certain things from you, and it's like you still have a deadline to meet. It's very easy to say, you know what, you're crying, you're sick, but like, my boss my boss needs me to get this, okay? And it's just insane. But then I think intentionality is what I'm learning this season, like being intentional about, I don't know, making sure that relationships are not being lost whilst I'm working, because it's very easy, and I can see it, like I don't have time for anything. And it's so sad, like it's just so sad. And I don't know, I think it's just being intentional and prioritizing, okay, making sure that the things that you are investing your time and your energy into are things that are, how do I put it, are things that like you value, okay? And there are things that you know that, like, if these things die or if I lose these things, I'm messed up. And the God factor is one of them. Family, friends, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but it's very important for us to prioritize, especially when things are just fast-paced environments. And I don't know, I see how people lose their relationship with God when they start to grow up and they have so many responsibilities. At that point in time, like you have to make a conscious effort and a decision and plan it and then schedule it, like, and I think that's what I'm learning in this season of my life, just to like be intentional, especially about my relationship with God. God, if you're watching this, I know I've not been having a lot of time with you, but like you see what these people are doing to me. But it's not an excuse, because trust me, even I have stayed up like around 1 getting to 2 just to like meet a deadline. And at that point in time I was tired, but I still had to move because I knew the consequences. So why am I not doing that with God? How are you treating God like a negotiable? Like, he's a non-negotiable. If you think about this, like, you die 6 feet, like when you go to heaven, there's no there is calibration, but on a different scale. And it's not going to be about how well you were able to meet certain targets, earthly targets, but there are heavenly targets that have to be met. But I don't want to make it look like it's about works. It's not about works, but it's just like about your relationship with God. that should be the goal, that should be the ultimate target. And it's just learning how to prioritize my relationship with God in this season and prioritize other relationships and just be intentional. And it's exhausting, because being an introvert is like when I go to work and I'm around a lot of people, I want to come home and want to be around nobody. But that's the thing, there are other people I also need to check up on and need to have a relationship with, and it's just trying to just adjust my personality, my circumstances and everything to make sure that there's certain areas in my life that are not dying. Okay, and moving on to the next thing that I want to talk about. Okay guys, I think this video is going to be long. Okay, just bear with me. So I nearly quit YouTube. I nearly quit YouTube because some people in my office found out that I had a YouTube channel, and to be honest, I was very embarrassed, especially when they play my videos at work. I'm like, guys, yeah, I was very embarrassed, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna make all my videos private and I'm just gonna go off YouTube. I don't like attention. If you know me, I don't like attention. Okay, and it's like, I'm not here to say, oh, subscribe. Like the times that I've even posted on my status or sent, like, what do you call, a broadcast, it took me a lot to do that. But it's just like pushing through that feelings. Okay, no matter what I'm feeling, just doing it anyways. But I'm glad that I went to put it in my girl group, my girlfriend group. Do you get it? And one of my friends was like, yo, have you prayed about it? Have you spoken to the Holy Spirit about it? And I'm so glad that I was able to just like receive such counsel. Would you say it's counsel or advice from, what do you call it, somebody that's, I don't know, it's God centered. I don't know if it gets me. The God factor is very important, because everything is about God. Last, everything is about God. Everything is about God. Everything is about Jesus, God. Okay, but I'm glad I was able to receive that. And it's like sometimes we pray, okay, about certain things, and we expect that God will just automatically, how do I put it, send the people away or send the circumstance away. But a lot of times when we pray to God, he actually gives us the tools, or he has already given it to us. He just reminds us that, okay, yeah, you're confident, okay, you can do this, you can push past through it. Like he gives you the energy you need, whatever you need to just push past through it. And I think I'm just pushing past through this so that if they play this video again, like in the office, I'm just gonna like listen to my voice and I'm just gonna enjoy it and hear the comments and whatever they have to say about it. Okay, anyways, but then it's just bringing this topic or this thing. I don't know if you know Leila Hamosi. I hope I'm not butchering her surname, but she talks a lot of wisdom. Okay, a lot of things that you don't want to hear, Leila is gonna say it. And apart from the fact that she uses the F word a lot, I really like her channel. Yeah, anyways, moving on. But she was saying something that's like, paraphrasing, okay, that you can feel something and your actions can be totally different. Okay, you don't have to basically succumb to your feelings. Okay, so for example, I'm feeling embarrassed about this, like my work people finding my YouTube channel, whatever. I'm feeling embarrassed, but I'm still gonna put out videos anyway. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Your feelings shouldn't dictate your actions. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So even though you're feeling lazy, you're still gonna do this anyways. Okay, so you can be feeling something and be doing something totally different. Okay, I'm feeling scared to talk about or to talk to a large group of people, but I'm still gonna do it anyways. And I think pushing past these feelings and emotions, once you're able to do that, you're able to create, what do you call it, a certain kind of identity different from what you ideally should be feeling. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So even if you're an anxious person and you still do certain things in spite of your anxiety, okay, like you're able to like shed off that identity of an anxious person and now take on the identity of somebody who is confident, okay, and it's like fake it till you make it, okay. There's always going to be a making point. There's always going to be a make it point, okay. So you it's a journey, but you're going to get there, and you know that certain things you push past through it, they're going to be worth it, okay. They're going to be worth it, and some of these things are life changing and life transforming. We can't see now, but like who knows what is going to happen when you push through certain things and then go after certain dreams you have, okay. And talking about feelings, okay, when it comes to emotional intelligence, I think people talk a lot of the talk about emotional intelligence is about how to decipher, or what they call it, discern people's emotions and how to act and how to be empathetic towards other people's feelings. But people don't talk about this part of emotional intelligence that I'm about to talk about. There's a lot of anxiety and there's a lot of worry in the world, and it's very easy for you to take on other people's emotions when you don't necessarily need to, okay. And why am I saying this, okay? Sometimes you want your mind to be at peace. Sometimes you're at peace with certain things, but then you come into contact with people who have had other experiences, okay, with maybe a certain particular topic. I'll give an example. People who have had other experiences, and those feelings they are having, they are valid, okay. But it's like when people come to you and talk to you about their opinions concerning certain things, it's very important for you to take the wisdom out of it and leave the feelings and other things that come with these people's opinions. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. For example, let's use this buzzword, marriage. I think half of this generation, everybody's like, okay, I want to be the cat lady, I want to have 7 cats and live in my house, and I don't want to deal with another human being. But it's like a lot of people talk about their opinions about marriage, and it's a lot, and not even marriage, about everything. But I'm using this thing because it's like we hear about breakup stories, oh god, every single day. This guy has done this, this girl has done this, and it's like people have certain experiences, and those experiences are tied down to emotions, okay. Like every experience you have, try telling somebody about an experience you've had and see if you can do it with a blank face. It's either you're going to be happy, you're going to say it with like some sort of happiness, or you're going to say it with anxiety, sadness. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. Every experience you have, the reason why you're able to remember it because it's tied down to emotions, and your emotions are tied down to your soul. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. I'm not going to go into details about that aspect, okay. But it's like, let's talk about marriage. People have a lot of like experiences which are like, some of these things are true, okay, but like when somebody is telling you about certain things that has happened, okay, as a result of their experiences, okay, it's very easy for you to pick up that anxiety, okay, that anxiety and that fear that comes with their opinions. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. And you realize that you start acting in such a way that it's like, even though you've never had those experiences, you're already scared and you're already anxious over something that you've never had an experience with. And that's a heavy burden to carry. If you think about it, it's a heavy burden to carry, and nobody should be worrying and be anxious about things that like they don't have any control about, okay. The only thing you have control about, okay, is it, let's just put that aside. But it's like, it's very important for you to not take on people's emotions, for you to be able to decipher between, okay, those are their emotions, okay, I can listen to them. If I can't listen to them, I can set boundaries and watch what I hear. And these are my emotions. And these are my emotions, okay. And the best way for you to keep your emotions like in a stable way is for you to read the Bible, because see, Jesus Christ is the only stability we have in this life. I don't think Jesus will mafia us when we get to heaven and say, psych, I never died for you. But a lot of things, like, so far as human beings are running systems, there's always going to be certain sort of disappointments. Even you disappoint yourself. Like, you're supposed to be getting up to do certain things and you just don't want to. I want to sleep. Like, come on, girl. I just realized I'm not wearing my watch. Anyways, that's just by the way. So it's very important for you to do that. I will give you another example. Okay, like, I had this interaction with this lady. Okay, we're supposed to do something together. Okay, and you know how you are focusing on something, but then from the corner of your eye you can see what the other person is doing. And from the corner of my eye, I could tell that this lady was looking at me with this feeling of disgust, like she was disgusted by my presence. And I was like, like, am I doing something wrong that is making her feel that sort of way? Like, she was looking at me like with this eyes of disgust. I'm like, how can you look at a human being like that? But anyways, that's just by the way. So what happens is that, like, she has the emotions, okay, a feeling of being disgusted by me. Okay, immediately, what was I doing? I was taking on that emotions, and I began to feel disgusted about myself. And how was I able to discern that? First of all, self-reflection. It's a skill you need to have. Develop it. Why am I feeling the way I'm feeling? Why am I doing the things I'm doing? You get it. But then immediately I started to shrink and adjust myself. Like, okay, like, am I wearing something? Am I doing something? Like, what's happening? Like, I began to shrink. And I began to take on her emotions. And I quickly had to call myself up and say, no, you're not disgusted by yourself. Do you know what you've been through? You're proud of yourself and you should be confident. If she's disgusted by you, that's totally fine. But am I disgusted by me? No. So why should I take on somebody else's emotions? And it's very important, because a lot of times we take on other people's emotions. We take on other people's emotions, and we begin to act in a certain way that is contradictory to who we are. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. People are just projecting, okay? And it's very important that we learn all these things, okay? Because even for those who are married, there are people who are going to talk about their experiences about marriage. My wife did this, my husband did this, blah 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 blah. We don't care. But okay, it's very important for you to see, hey, those are their emotions. The emotions they have towards their wife and their husband. But that's not the emotion I have towards my husband or my wife. Those are the emotions they have towards God, towards life, towards career, towards their family. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I have to have the same emotions. And it's very important, because human beings are emotional, and me being an empath and feeling things so deeply, it's something that has really helped me and puts my mind at peace with certain things. There's this Bible verse I really like. Is it Isaiah 30:26? I'll check, okay? But it says that he would keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on him, because he trusts in him. Everything we are doing in this life, there's a cause to be anxious, because things are never going to be stable. The economy, you being in Ghana, you should be anxious. You being in America, you should be anxious. Like, you be anywhere, you should be anxious, because these are systems run by human beings, as I have said earlier on. But then if you trust in God, he will keep your mind, okay, in perfect peace. That's the only stability we have, okay? And if you have to make that conscious effort. You have to be intentional, okay? Because you're going to make your emotions run your life to the ground, and you look back and realize that these emotions were never mine in the first place. They are other people's experiences. They are other people's opinions, and I've made their story become the norm and the standard of what my life should be, which shouldn't be the case. Anyways, I'm going to end this video right now. I wish you all the best, okay? If sometimes you feel like life sucks, hey, can you hear that? If you feel like life sucks, it's a feeling, we all feel it. But it's like, life sucks, but then I'm gonna do whatever I have to do anyways. I don't even get what I'm trying to say. Like, but then, Charlie, It's not that deep, okay? You're going to go through the day, okay? You're going to go through the day. Everything is going to be all right. And I'll see you in my next video.